Universal laws work whether you believe or not. Let me ask you something simple. If someone doesn't believe in gravity, what happens when they step off a building? They fall, right? The law of gravity operates whether they accept it or not.
That's obvious with physical laws. But you're saying the same thing applies to mental and emotional patterns? That feels like a stretch.
It's not a stretch. It's the foundation of reality. Just as gravity governs the physical world, universal laws govern thoughts, emotions, and energy. The law of vibration, for instance, states that everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Your thoughts and feelings emit frequencies that attract matching circumstances.
So even if I don't know about the law of vibration, it's still affecting my life every single day?
Exactly. Ignorance of the law doesn't protect you from its effects. It just means you're living reactively instead of intentionally. You're still attracting, still creating, just without awareness or control.
That's both terrifying and empowering at the same time.
Think about momentum. Once something is moving in a certain direction, it takes effort to slow it down and redirect it. Your life works the same way. If you've built momentum around negative thoughts, addictive behaviors, or disconnection from yourself, that momentum doesn't stop just because you want it to.
So what you're saying is that years of negative patterns create a kind of inertia, like a train going 300 miles per hour?
Precisely. Abraham Hicks uses that exact analogy. You can't stop a train traveling at 300 mph instantly without causing massive disruption. You have to gradually slow it down before you can redirect it. The same applies to the momentum in your life.
But how do people even realize they're on the wrong track? Most people think they're fine until something breaks.
That's the illusion. Look at the woman from the wealthy family we discussed. She checked every box society told her to check. Prestigious school, respected career, wealthy husband. But deep inside, she felt empty. That emptiness is the signal. Anxiety, depression, frustration. These are all signs you're disconnected from your inner power.
So negative emotions are actually guidance, not just random suffering?
They're your internal GPS telling you you're off course. When you feel joy, fulfillment, peace, that's alignment with your true self. When you feel anger, emptiness, or despair, that's disconnection. The law operates regardless of whether you understand this or not. Let's take a concrete example: alcohol addiction. In many cultures, especially in Latin America, drinking is so normalized, it becomes invisible. People don't even see it as an addiction, it's just what everyone does. But the universal law is still at work.
So the social acceptance doesn't change the underlying reality?
Not at all. The momentum of alcohol use builds over time. Family environments that normalize drinking, peer pressure at social events, using alcohol to escape uncomfortable emotions, all of this creates a powerful downward momentum. And that momentum lowers your vibration, disconnects you from your inner self, and attracts more negativity into your life.
But I've seen people who drink casually and seem fine. Are they just lucky?
It's not about luck. It's about the intensity of the momentum and the person's level of connection to themselves. Someone who is deeply connected to their inner being won't rely on alcohol to feel whole, but someone disconnected will use alcohol as a temporary escape, which only deepens the disconnection. The law is always working.
So when someone becomes violent or erratic when drunk, that's actually suppressed disconnection exploding to the surface.
Exactly. Alcohol removes the filters. The person is so disconnected from their true self that the alcohol allows the pressure to release in harmful ways. A person truly connected to their inner power would never harm another person. They operate from tranquility and love, not anger and violence.
Okay, so if someone has built years of negative momentum, addiction, disconnection, toxic patterns, how do they actually reverse it? It sounds impossible.
It's not impossible, but it requires understanding that you can't change everything instantly. Remember the train analogy. You have to gradually slow down the negative momentum before you can redirect it. That means small, deliberate changes made consistently over time.
What kind of small changes are we talking about?
Start with awareness. Recognize the patterns. If it's alcohol, maybe you reduce your intake slightly each week. If it's toxic thinking, you start noticing your thoughts without judgment. The key is that you're no longer operating on autopilot. You're becoming intentional.
But won't the environment push back? If everyone around you drinks, or if your family expects you to live a certain way?
Absolutely. That's why it's difficult, but here's the truth. Nothing external will help you reconnect with yourself. The process doesn't rely on other people's approval or material possessions. Everything you need is already within you. The universal law supports those who align with it, not those who resist it.
So it's a gradual shift, not a dramatic overnight transformation?
Correct. You're building new momentum in the opposite direction. As you do, you start to align with higher frequencies, joy, peace, clarity. And as your vibration rises, you naturally attract better circumstances, healthier relationships, and greater opportunities. The law is always working, whether you believe in it or not. Let's bring this to money, since that's something everyone can relate to. People who are wealthy do certain things consistently. They wake up with a clear plan. They read books on personal development. They track their finances weekly. They exercise daily. These aren't random habits. They're aligned with universal laws.
Wait, so exercising makes you more magnetic? How does that work?
When you exercise, you increase your body heat and generate more electricity. This literally expands your electromagnetic field. You become more magnetic, not metaphorically, but physically. Your energy field grows stronger, and you attract more of what resonates with that elevated frequency.
So wealthy people aren't just lucky. They're operating in alignment with laws that most people don't even know exist.
Exactly. They've built momentum around positive habits. Reading expands their neural connections, which generates new thoughts, vibrational waves that align with wealth. Tracking finances keeps them aware and in control. Planning their day ensures intentionality. All of these actions raise their vibration and create momentum toward their goals.
And the people who don't know these laws are just living at the mercy of them?
Yes, they're attracting based on their unconscious patterns. If those patterns are negative, worry, scarcity thinking, poor habits, they'll attract circumstances that match that frequency. The law doesn't judge or discriminate. It simply reflects back what you're emitting.
This brings up a bigger question. If everything operates by these laws, does that mean reality is designed? And if so, by what or by whom?
That's the profound question. The consistency of these laws, the fact that they work the same way for everyone everywhere at all times, points to an intelligence far greater than our own. Call it divine intelligence, universal mind, source energy, or God. The name doesn't matter as much as the recognition that there is order.
So we're not living in chaos? There's an underlying structure to everything?
Exactly. Nothing happens by chance. Just as gravity is consistent, so too is the law of vibration, the law of attraction, the law of polarity. These principles govern the universe. And just as you can work with gravity, build airplanes, construct bridges, you can work with these laws once you understand them.
But most people go their entire lives without learning this. Is that by design too?
Perhaps. Or perhaps it's simply that people are too distracted by external noise to tune into the deeper truth. Society conditions us to look outward for validation, success, and happiness. But the power has always been within. The laws are neutral. They simply operate. It's up to each individual to awaken to them.
So ignorance doesn't exempt you. It just leaves you powerless?
Precisely. You're still subject to the laws. You're still attracting, still creating momentum. You're just doing it unconsciously. And that's why awareness is so transformative. Once you understand the laws, you can work with them intentionally. You become the architect of your life instead of a passive observer. At the core of all this is one simple truth. You have infinite power within you. But most people never access it because they've been conditioned to look outside themselves. They chase material possessions, external validation, other people's approval. And none of it works because it's not aligned with the universal laws.
So the woman from the wealthy family, she had everything externally, but nothing internally?
Exactly. She checked every box society told her to check, but she never took the time to understand herself. She never asked, "What brings me joy? What resonates with my soul?" And so she felt empty despite the luxury, the status, the perfect life on the surface.
How does someone break out of that when the momentum is so strong?
Stillness. You have to learn to quiet the external noise, the expectations, the conditioning, the distractions. Then you quiet your mind. In that stillness, you begin to observe your thoughts and reconnect with what truly makes you feel whole. That's where your power is. That's where alignment begins.
And this applies to everyone, not just the wealthy or the privileged?
Everyone. Rich, poor, young, old. It doesn't matter. The universal laws don't discriminate. They operate for a billionaire the same way they operate for someone in poverty. The difference is awareness and intentionality. Those who align with the laws thrive. Those who don't struggle.
So the ultimate message is that we're not victims of circumstance. We're creators.
Exactly. You're always creating, whether you realize it or not. The question is, are you creating consciously or unconsciously? The laws will work either way. But when you align with them intentionally, you unlock extraordinary possibilities. You step into the life you were designed to live.
So where does someone start if they're hearing this for the first time?
Start small. Identify one pattern in your life that isn't serving you. Maybe it's negative self-talk. Maybe it's a habit like excessive drinking or mindless scrolling. Recognize it, then make one small adjustment. Don't try to change everything overnight. That creates resistance. Just shift the momentum slightly.
And that small shift will compound over time?
Absolutely. Small, consistent changes create new momentum. As that momentum builds, you'll naturally align with higher frequencies. You'll start to feel more joy, more clarity, more peace. And as your vibration rises, the law of attraction brings you circumstances that match that elevated state.
What about people who are skeptical, who think this is all just self-help nonsense?
Their skepticism doesn't change the laws. Remember, gravity works whether you believe in it or not. The same is true here. They're already subject to the law of vibration, the law of attraction. They're already creating their reality based on their thoughts and emotions. The only question is whether they're doing it consciously or unconsciously.
So the skeptics are actually proving the law by resisting it?
In a way, yes. Resistance itself is a vibration. If someone is skeptical, resistant, and negative, they'll attract circumstances that match that frequency. If someone is open, curious, and intentional, they'll attract growth and opportunity. The law is neutral. It simply reflects back what you put out.
That's a powerful realization. You really are the architect of your own experience.
You always have been. The only difference now is that you know it. And with that knowledge comes responsibility. You can no longer blame external circumstances. You can no longer play the victim. You have the power to create the life you truly want. The laws are on your side. You just have to align with them.